Welcome to another map control breakdown, and this one's going to be about Vault 2 versus 2. Now, I see a lot of people having some issues with this one, so I'd like to go over it a bit. So I have a legend down here that shows you what all my symbols mean, but essentially it tells you where all the resources, garrisons, teleporters, power nodes, mini bases, double mini bases, and regular bases are on the entire map. So let's say if you were player 2, and you are starting the game, the very first thing that you should be concerned about is going to this mini base right here. So this right here. So I'm pretty sure it's slightly faster to walk on this path line, and essentially this is the mini base you want. As well as if you are red 1, right? That is also your goal. So this is also your goal is red 1. So you're going to want to go as soon as possible to get there, right? Now, why is that your goal? And this is going to be symmetrical for red 2 and blue 1, just so you know. So let's look at the high ground and the low ground, right? So you got a high ground here that overlooks the double mini. You have a choke point here. You have high ground here. And you also have, you have garrisons that surround it. There's a little bit of high ground here. There's a garrison over here, right? So this mini has a lot of flaws. First off, so if you rush to this mini, right, then you're so your opponent, blue, right, can then go and control this hill up here with this mini, and his reinforcements can clearly go over here, right? So his reinforcements are clear to regroup with the army, and then they can control this hill, and then they will have sight and range advantage on you at the bottom, right? Now, let's say you get the top mini, right? So let's say you're red 1 and you get the top mini. So you have this one, but at the same time your enemy gets the double mini, right? So at this point what's going to happen is you're pumping troops from here, and this is your goal is really to secure this area right here. This is your main goal. But you also can put troops here and here. Now, for his reinforcements to come in, they have a few options. They can either go the long way around, right? They can go directly, or they can go through here, or they can go the long way around this way. There's not really a good fast way to get to this position if red owns the top mini with this hill. So essentially, as nice as the double minis seem, it's usually better to get the single mini at the top and control this area to basically cut off reinforcements from coming and helping. And also it gives you the side advantage, because this is also a choke point and a hill right here. So if they're coming this way, then this is a really, really good spot to be. But essentially, so just letting you guys know, the first and foremost, get this mini, not the double mini first. Follow me on my Patreon, where I hold exclusive content about Halo Wars 2, such as raw data that is updated regularly and glitches that I rotate monthly, and must see, since this is the only place to find out how to break Halo Wars 2. So now we understand that we need to be going for these minis in the beginning of the game, right? We need to also understand the hotspots. So what I mean is we need to think of this map kind of like domination. You need to control the center first and foremost. Like this is going to be your biggest. The second thing is, because after you control the center, you want to control the enemy side for the hill right here. So if you're red team, you're going to want to control this area. But if you're blue team, you're going to want to control the other area right here. The reason being is because that will allow blue team to expand here and here if they control the center and this side. But at the same time, if red controls the center and the side, then red can expand here and here. Whoever controls center denies the opponent's expansion right here. So essentially you want the center and, you know, your opponent's side of the mini. So if you're player 2, you want this side and the center. So this would be player's 1 job. You know what I'm saying? The center would be player 1. This would be player 2. That would essentially be, because what that does is that means blue player 2, yes, he can get his expo. He can't get my double mini. He could get this mini, which this is a good play for him. He's on this side. But if we control center and on their side, then we control the game. Because that means even though 2 possibly could get his expo, 1 will never be able to get his expo or double mini. So 1 only has 8 pads. That's it. So he has the mini beside him and his main base. So 7 on the main, 1 on the mini. That's it. He can't expand. He can't get the double mini. As for 2, he could get 2 minis, two expansions, which is good. You know, that's 7, 14, 16 pads total if it's a super late game scenario. Usually I don't get that far. But at the same time, if you look at red team, they get 15 minis for player 1 and 16 minis for player 2. So in total, red team will always have a significant more. I mean, they got 7 extra pads, you know, than blue team. So for the most part, get your minis and then get the center. Now in the center, this is where I like to put a lot of my siege. I always want to make sure that my siege is like here, here, or here. I don't like to block the pathways just in case I need to go Wolverines or something like that. Then my Wolverines can move like really well across this map in either direction. So essentially, if you're going to be doing siege, and honestly, I don't suggest doing too much siege. You know, maybe like 3 Kodiaks right here at most is fine. And then that will pressure this base so it can't do anything. And then as your teammates moving in here, because you always want to put pressure on your enemy, which is going to force blue to make blue 2 to either make a decision. He either has to push or he has to go and assist 1. Now he can combat the middle, but you will have range and sight over him, so whoever controls the middle should have an advantage. Also, if you have siege set up. But essentially, guys, so this is Vault 2v2, and if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Also, I'm trying to make the videos the best I can, so if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, but really comment and critique me and see, hey, I kind of want you to do this or that, or I think you could do this better. I'm a new channel, so all of that helps me, and I'll do my best to help you guys as well. Thank you.